Hi Stitchy friends, welcome to Cross My Stitches. My name is Jackie and today is February 24th, 2022. This is Flosstube episode number 68 and I am back again 1 week later. So glad to see you all, and it's kind of looking kind of dark in here. It is so rainy. We have had flooding. It's been overcast. We have no sun. I'm going to try to put a light on. Let's see if I can brighten it up here. There we go. Let there be light. Okay, so it's only been a week, so I don't have a lot to show you, and this should be pretty darn quick with this Flosstube. But I want to cover a few things first. I want to say that my heart goes out to the people of Ukraine. I am just devastated that this invasion has allowed to happen with Russia and Ukraine. We have a lot of Ukrainian designers out there. Some of them still live in Ukraine. So I know there's a few in the US. I don't know how many, but there are many that are in Ukraine with their families and trying to flee from this invasion. So again, my heart goes out to you. My prayers go out to you, and the US is with you. And hopefully our president will get up off his rear and do something about it real soon, because it is horrible, horrible. The second thing I wanted to cover was I talked about my thread drops and how I store them and what I'm doing. And I had shown this hanger the last time I did the video and talked about where to get this hanger. But what I forgot to tell you guys was you can also get this at TJ Maxx. And they come with 8 rings, not just 5 or 4. This one came with, I think it was 4. I don't know, it doesn't say. It wasn't that many. I think there was only 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there might have been 3 or 4. But the one in TJ Maxx comes with 8 rings. So they're great if you're going to hang all your flosses on a metal ring. That's probably the cheapest way to get them. If you try to buy these just for no reason, in a pack just for these, they're more expensive than buying this rack. So I wanted to cover, sorry about the noise, I wanted to cover that with you guys. And hold on, I still think that's a little bright. That might be better. So I have gotten some stitching done this week, and I am so sad that I forgot to show you one of my fully finishes last week, because I actually had one more which was sitting on the floor next to me, and I forgot all about it until after the video, and I'm like, oh, that was my biggest FFO, and I forgot to share it with you guys, so I'm going to share it with you now. And this is a design that I stitched last year sometime, I don't know, and it is called Welcome Spring by the Drawn Thread. And let me see, I'm going to tilt until we get a good, there we go. So such a cute design, really easy to stitch. I did mine all in silks, and I want to show you the fully finished because my plan is to switch this frame out for every season. So I will show you this one. Sorry, I hit the table. It's not covered on the back because I had plans of switching it out, but there it is. Let me see if I can tilt to try to get the glare like that. There you go. Isn't that gorgeous? So I took this frame, I found this frame in a thrift store, and it was double matted with a red frame or red mat, and I pulled the white mat, which is the one in the center there, apart from the red one, took it over to Hobby Lobby, had them cut a mat for me to match this, and I will continue to use this white inner mat and just change the outer mat to match whatever the design is. And all of these welcomes from the Drawn Thread, sorry, let me get this put down so I don't drop it, are all the same size. So like this is my next one that I need to stitch before summer, and it is Welcome Summer, and it is got some patriotic, some flowers, just cute designs, a bird, and so this will fit in that frame with the same matting. So it is my plan to fix that frame so I can get those little tabs that you normally have with a frame that you can flip out and flip in to put a picture in and out. I want to put those on the back of the frame so I can flip them, change the design on the inside, change the mat, and put it back out for the next season. So it'll stay permanently mounted somewhere in my home. I haven't figured that out yet. But I'm real excited about it because I love if I can just have one frame and I can flip it seasonally or flip it for every holiday. Or I always look for those kind of series that you can do that with because it really makes it lots of fun. So that's my one and only FFO this week that I forgot to share last week. And let's talk about my whips. So I've worked on several things this past week, one of which is the Year in Chalk Spring by Hands On Design. And I don't have a picture. Let me see where my picture is. Hold on. I know I got a picture somewhere. Not there. I'm looking. I swore I had one on this phone that I kept for this very reason. Ooh, and I have some neat things to show you in here too. I'm going to show you in a minute. I guess I don't. I swore I had a picture. I don't. It's from the 2000 issues of Just Cross Stitch magazine, and it was a series that she did, one for each season. And the last time I worked on this, I'll show you where I was before now, and I'll post it here. And this is where I'm at now. Put it on the bag so you can see it. And I got the bunny all done, and I've started working on the flowers. I don't know if I'm going to get this done in time for spring, but I really enjoy working on it, and it's coming out really cute. And like I said before, I'm going to change. The flowers were supposed to all be pink too, and I didn't want everything to be so pink. So I'm going to change some of the flowers out to a yellow and blue, and in that baby color, that springy pastel color. We'll see how it comes out when I'm finished, but I'll continue to work on this as I'm able to. This was part of my rotation for February. I had two projects that I was focusing on February. This was one of them, and the other one was my Four Seasons band sampler. I have not done, I'm going to throw this on the floor. I have not done any more since the last time I showed it to you. I'm probably done with it for right now. The second thing that I worked on was my Lady of the Flag. I did work on that on the 4th of July. I did work on it on the 11th of this month as well as on President's Day. And I got a little more done, and I'm actually started working on running up the flagpole, believe it or not. I'm trying to grab it so I can show you exactly where I'm at with it. So this is the stitching that I've done. This blue that's running up and then down into the dark part of the flag there. I've done all that stitching. So there it is right there. I'm trying to get to the top of the pole because I want to figure out if I've got this lined up right. Because it looks very off-centered right now, but remember, she comes way over to this side too. So it should be in the center. I'm just worried about how high it's going to go and if it's going to block the We the People that much. But I really love working on her. She will come out again on March 11th. She may come out sooner if I get the urge to work on her. But right now she's scheduled for the 11th of each month because I started her on 9/11. My next one is, and I pulled this out just yesterday. I worked out some yesterday, some today. This is my Crosswing Collection Backyard Favorites number 6. I'm doing the bluebirds right here. I love Crosswing Collection patterns. I think they are so realistic, so cool. The shading is fabulous, and I just love doing them. And I have plans of doing many, many more. And this is where I'm at with my Blue Jay. Now, the last time you saw her, try to pin this up like this. I didn't iron again, sorry. The last time you saw her, I didn't have any of this in. So I put this whole bottom part of her belly and everything in here. I filled in the rest of her wings up here. and she is looking stunning. I love her mouth and her face. She's just gorgeous. And hopefully I'll get a chance to work on her again before the end of the month, and then some in March. It's really not a huge pattern, so I say really too much. I need to get her done because I have others that I have planned to do that are already kitted up. And I really, see, that's my word. I need to stitch on it and get it completed so I can start the next one, because I think I have 2 or 3 cross swings kitted. One of them's rather small, and I think the other one's medium size, and one might be a large one. So I really need to get those done. So, and the last thing that I worked on was my husband's stocking. Remember, I work on that on Sundays. I do stocking Sundays with Amy Loves Toads and with Colette the Highway Stitcher. And I made some good progress in this. I did a lot of filling in on the spaces that I was missing in between. And then I just started working down again. And I'm really excited about this. I want this stocking done before Christmas. So I'm going to keep plugging along. I have this one and my son's to do. But this is where I'm at. So the bottom here, I'll show you the picture in a minute. This is where the cardinals are, and this is where the heel will come around right here and go down. So I'm getting there. I filled in a lot of the stuff in the middle here that was missing. I filled in all this down in here, finished off this. So let me pull it so you can see it without a wrinkle. And it is just gorgeous. Haven't done any, I've done very, very little back stitching on this. I had planned to do that last, but so thrilled with it. I'll show you the picture. Those of you who have not seen it before, this is a Dimensions Gold. And there it is. So you can see I'm way down here at the bottom of the sled. That's where I'm at. So my plan is to continue getting this green done down here, get this all the way down to the bottom of the sled, come over here and get all this sky done, and then I'll start on the birds and the snow down here. But this is a fabulous pattern. I absolutely love it. I enjoy stitching on it much more now that I've learned how to stitch on a Dimensions kit instead of struggling. So I really do enjoy it. I have several more kits. My husband bought me the Fox kit, which I can't remember the name of it, Moonlit Fox maybe. And he bought me a Petite kit and a couple of others, and I really would like to do them. And they've been sitting for so long because I've always been intimidated by the Dimensions Gold kits and the Dimensions kits because they involve so much. There's so much dimension in them, and there's stitching 2 over 2, and then there's 3 threads, 4 threads, 5 threads, half stitches. It can be overwhelming if you can't figure out how to get it where it doesn't feel so overwhelming. So absolutely love that. Still working on it. We'll continue to work on it. It's on my Christmassy bag that I made. This, I don't know if you can see that. Look at, it's all sparkly. This is one of the bags I made. I keep my Christmas stockings in this one. Okay. One of the last things that I need to get a drink, I'm sorry. I'm still dealing with a lot of congestion, coughing and sneezing, but I'm doing so far so good on this video, so we'll just keep it going. But one of the last things was a whip. It was a wool applique whip. I showed this last week, I think, that I had all these pieces cut out. I was waiting for the background felt. This is Snowflake Village. It is by Diane Knott. She is on Etsy. I purchased this on Etsy. And this is where I'm at with it. I've been practicing. This is sort of like my practice kit for me to learn how to do the stitching on it. And this is the one, I haven't done any stitching on this one yet, but there it is, all stuck on the wool. And then this one I have done stitching on. Sorry, it's got a little wrinkle in it. I got to iron it out. But I got a lot of the stitching done on it, and it's been trial and error. But I think it looks pretty good for my first time. And I'm using I'm using DMC to do all those stitches. There's stitches all around everything here. The only thing I haven't finished is the white, the doorway, the walkway, this tree, and I need to put a doorknob on that door. But I use, all the floss that I use matching floss with the applique. And I still have, after all that, there are like white snowflakes all around here as it's snowing. So I need to do that as well. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning how to get my stitching spaced better. I'm going to put it real up close so you can see my stitching if you're interested. Let me go this way because that tree is done. You'll be able to see that one. So really interesting to learn how to do. I'm still working on it. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for me. So that's what counts the most. A lot of times we are, as stitchers, we always want everything to look perfect. We want to, if we show anybody, we want the stitching to look perfect, and we want everything to look balanced, and it's hard. It's hard to let go of that. Not everything's perfect. If it was perfect, then life would be boring. If everything was perfect, life would be boring. It is handmade. If you want perfect, go buy it from a machine that can stitch perfectly. But all those little different things, the nuances that we change in patterns, or the mistakes that we think are mistakes are made, is just personalization. It's nothing that you can't say, that's mine, I made it, and there are millions of people out there that can't do it. So be proud of what you do in your craft and enjoy it. Just enjoy it. It's supposed to be relaxing. It's not supposed to stress you out. It's supposed to bring you joy. So I'll continue to work on that in the next couple of weeks, even though snow season's pretty much over. I want to finish up those two, and then I have a company that has a lot of freebies on it. If anyone's interested, I will share those next time. You can leave a comment below and tell me that, yeah, you're interested in learning applique, wool applique, or seeing the freebie patterns and what site they're on. I will post that in the next video. Okay, so that took care of that. And when we're talking about wool applique, oh, I said I was going to show you my cut up coats. So I'm going to pause here for just a second so I can grab it and bring it over, and then I'll show you what I've been doing. Okay, so I have been going around the thrift stores in my area looking for 100% wool product, whether it be coats, jackets, blankets, skirts, anything that I can find that would be 100% wool applique that I can use in applique, because I can buy that item and get so much wool out of it, much more than I can get buying it in Etsy or anywhere else, because wool, 100% wool is very expensive. It is not cheap. And I can buy a full coat, a full length coat, and I'll show you the one I have that I haven't cut up yet or haven't done anything with yet, for $6 or $7 in a thrift store, and I have a ton of wool. So this, you can see it still has its tag. It's from a thrift store. This coat was dry cleaned before they dropped it off at the thrift store, and it is 100% wool, and that's probably about right. It's a little, not that yellow, it's a little creamier than that, but it's a cream colored coat, and it is 100% wool. Beautiful lining. You feel kind of bad cutting this up because it really is a beautiful jacket that somebody could have worn, but nobody was buying it, so I did. And that's a lot of wool. It's a full length all the way down wool coat. So this I haven't prepped this yet, I need to. This I will cut the lining out of it. I will leave the rest of the jacket whole, and I will felt it in the washing machine. So if you don't know what felting is when you put in a wool, 100% wool or close to 100% wool, it can be 80% wool, into a washing machine or into a huge pot on the stove. You get the water very hot, you run it on the hot cycle, and it gets agitated, and it causes the fibers to shrink and meld so that they can be cut. I don't know if there's a cat in my closet or what that was. So it can be cut up and used in wool projects without falling apart. So this coat will go into the washer. In the hot cycle, I have this pair of heavy sandals that are heavy rubber sandals that I don't care about. And I throw them because I don't have a top load. I have a side load washer that has no agitation. It just does the flipping. So I put the two shoes in there, the two sandals, with this to cause some friction so that this will get felted. And I also make sure that I run hot water in my house, close to where the washer is, to get the hot water hot before I turn the washer on. So I'm making sure I'm getting hot water. I may run it once or twice before I decide to cut this up. So it goes in the washer. I run it with extra water in my washer on the high setting, which is whites and hot, and it will then go into the dryer on a hot setting again and be dried. And I may do that once, I maybe do that twice, until I feel like it is performed the task that I need it to do for the wool. Then I will cut the jacket up into sections. So these ones I'm showing you this was black. You can obviously see this was black, was part of a jacket, and it's a huge piece of wool. Again, I have enough black wool to last me a long time just from one jacket. So this is only part of it. There's the other part. This is all from a jacket. And the great thing with this is you can now cut it. These are all unseamed. You can see there's no seam. It stays together. It's not fraying at all. This has been felted and then cut apart, and then I iron it, because if you don't iron it, it still feels kind of woolly and fluffy, which is not the feeling I want to go for, because I want to use this at applique and I want the pieces to be a little flatter so we can layer them. So I iron it on a wool setting with steam, and it makes it nice and flat like the felt you would find if you were buying actual wool felt from a shop. So that's the black one. So I have a black one that I've done, and I have plenty of black to work with. And then I did a small brown jacket, and this is all the wool from that brown jacket. And again, it's all ironed, so it's nice and soft, but it's not fluffy, and it's great. It'll be great to work with on a project. Also on the black coat, the black coat was a well-known, and I can't remember who, it was a well-made, expensive wool coat. And it came with a rabbit fur collar, which I just love. I love this collar. And I've started taking off, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's absolutely fabulous. This fur is just so soft and luxurious, and I will use this in some project at some point, but it was a nice little plus for the black jacket. And that is what I'm doing, because it's just cheaper than me buying wool, and I can practice on these, okay? Because it does. The art is an art, and you have to practice on it. So I was glad to be able to find the jackets. I would love to find a wool skirt that has a plaid or a fabric, a pattern on it. I'm still looking. I haven't found that yet. But as we're coming into spring, I might get lucky and people will start donating that kind of stuff, and I will find some. So that's my wool applique. Let's talk about where I buy my wool applique. Since we're talking about wool, I have purchased on Etsy. My husband bought me several kits and stuff during Christmas. This is the company that we chose to buy from. It is a wool blend, but it is very nice to work with. It is called One of the Flock. So this was a big multi-pack of, I think they're 6x6 squares. It was a big multi-pack, big thick stack. And there's the name of the company, One of the Flock. They also carry it in large 9x12 sheets. And I have lots of that. I have more than just this. I got a multitude of those. And again, it's a nice wool felt blend. And I enjoy working with it. I figured if I was going to do wool applique, I didn't need to buy 100% wool until I knew that I really liked it and I wanted to continue doing it. So that's what I've been purchased from. I will link their shop below. In fact, let me write a quick note of the things I said I was going to post below. One of the Flock. I also purchased on Amazon. Some of the people that do wool applique like this particular fuser, so I bought Soft Fuse. It's a paper one that you can actually, and it's 9x12 sheets, I think, 8x 9 inches a piece, and you can put them in your printer and print off your pattern, which is really cool. Instead of having to trace your pattern, you can just print it off. So I thought that was pretty neat. And so I bought that. I was going to try that. And I think that's all I have for wool applique. I do have several patterns that I want to do. My husband bought me some spring patterns that I want to work on, but I'm still practicing. So I think the problem with this is going to be that that my wool applique is going to take away from my stitching some, which I really don't want to happen. But again, I work. I have to work. And so I don't get much time once I get home to do any crafting before it's bedtime because I am worn out. Okay, so what kind of goodies, what have I added to my collection since the last time you see me? It's been a whole week. What have I possibly gotten? I can't remember if I showed this before, but I got the spring 2022 of primitive quilts and projects, right? Primitive quilts and projects, yeah. Fabulous magazine, wool applique in this magazine, quilts in this magazine, just some absolutely fabulous designs. Sometimes there's stitching, there's stitch patterns in here. Try to see if there's anything that jumps out at me this time. Just the cover pattern. This is cute too with the floral. Just a little runner. That is in wool applique. Looking. Nothing jumps out at me. This is really pretty too. It's kind of a hard picture to see anything from, but that mat right there is really adorable. Nice spring design. So enjoy this magazine and enjoy looking through it. My spring berry pattern finally showed up. Yay! But I'm already on a roll for summer, and I think I'm going to keep it that way because it's going to be, I won't feel so stressed to meet a deadline. So I decided that I would do summer, finish the summer patterns, and then I would be able to fully finish them before summer. And so for February, March, and April, I'll be working on the summer berries. April, May, and June, I'll work on the autumn berries. July, August, September, I will work on the winter berries, and then November, December, January, I will work on the spring, and that still gives me plenty of time, a month or two or more, to actually do the finishing on them. So that's my plan. So I have finished the one berry. I'm going to kit up the little camper berry. I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to kit that up, and I'm going to squeeze that in my plans as I go along. I got these items from one of the unload groups, because who doesn't love shopping secondhand and getting deals? And this was like the most cutest thing I got. Look at that little crocheted, I believe, sweater. That is adorable. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's going to be in a display for something, maybe for next winter, but just absolutely cute. I don't crochet. I can't do these things, but I absolutely love that little crocheted sweater. I got a skein of bamboo when it was Crescent Colorworks for $1. I got some Victorian Motto sampler shop threads. This one is gingerbread, 20-yard skeins. This one is golden acorn. Again, beautiful one. Not as variegated as the other one. And I got these little mitten buttons. Put on one of my projects. I think I paid $1 for those. Plum Street Samplers, Betsy's Tart. I've been wanting this one. I had never gotten it, and there it is. Foxwood Crossings. I got involved in the in doing the sleds, the little wooden sleds. So I was able to get another pattern that had houses on it for them. So I'll be ready for next year when I'm well, actually this year, isn't it? I'll be ready to start them this year around July, so I can make up some to give to family and friends, as well as my tree. I got Waiting for the Harvest from Blackbird Designs. It's just a little reward of merit pin cushion, but anything Blackbird, and it's on, I can get it at a discount, I get it. And Hands-On Designs Woof. This is one of the block parties. Everybody knows I have a little wiener dog. So, but this one, I was lucky enough to get the felt and the pins, which was awesome. So, that will be somewhere in my future after I finish the Edge of the Woods one that I'm working on. I got a couple of, I think I got a couple, is it just one? I thought it was more than one. Nope, maybe it was just one. Prairie Schooler. It is Rain, Rain, Go Away. It's the cardstock copy. Anytime I'm able to get the cardstock ones at a reasonable price, I jump on those because I'm a collector and I collect all things Prairie Schooler. And then I also picked up this. I'm not sure why I got it. It was part of a kit, but it was just the patterns. And it has a lot of specialty stitches and different things. I don't know if I'll do it or not, but I think it was only like 50 cents or $1, so picked that up. Picked up the Home of the Needleworker magazine for a couple dollars. I love these magazines. They usually, and this is a Swagger magazine that they used to put out years ago. This one's from May 2007, and they always put some really pretty things in here. And this is one of the things that I absolutely love. Is the daisies. It's table runners and napkins. Hold on, I'm trying to get it to, there we go. And just so cute. If you can't see, the daisies have little baby's breath running through them. It is so pretty. So pretty. So absolutely love that. And it has lots, I'm trying to see if there's another one that I just thought was so cool. It's got this Burst of Flower Power, which is 4 different pillows. You could do them as framed pieces. And then, I know, Noisy Magazine. Shame, shame, shame on me. This is really cool. This is a stitched butterfly. And then it has quilting all around it. And then specialty stitches. It's got some sew-on, what are those called? Not like a patch, but you know what I mean. They're the pre-made ones you sew on. There's some 3D. This is a 3D spider. There's some buttons, some roses that they stitched on. Just absolutely beautiful as a pillow. And then I think that's it. Yeah, that's all that was exciting, but lots of great things in the magazine. And then I did purchase Cross Stitch and Needlework November 2014 because I thought I needed it for a series that I did not have the last part to. And I boo-booed and bought the November 2014 when I really needed the September 2014. So now I'm going to have to go on the hunt for September 2014 because I really loved these Barbara Anna. It was a 3-part series here. Let me, because I'll show you the main picture. And this is what it looked like when you put them all together. It's a little set of wintry, and it's just really cute. She gives you the border there and all the little designs. And I have 2 of them, but I don't have the 3rd one, which is the November. So I need the November, or not the November, I need the September 2014 issue. So I need to go on the hunt for that again. And I think that is it for purchases. Oh no, I got one more. So I joined I was watching, Helen D. Sorry, Helen. I was watching Helen D. and she was talking about her berries, her seasonal berry sale. So if you haven't heard about that, that's what with the Erica Michael berries for all seasons. I'll post below the link to Helen D.'s Flosstube, where she talks about the seasonal berry sale. You go on the hashtag seasonal berry sale on Instagram and see what everybody's working on. But she also talked about Dying to Stitch having a seasonal berry club, and it was starting again soon. So I went over to Dying to Stitch. I contacted them, put me on the list, and the first pattern showed up, and it is called, the series is going to be called Birdsong Berries, which I just love. And this one's Morning Dove. And sorry about the plastic, but I didn't want to take it out. So there it is. And it comes with all the supplies you need to stitch the berry, including the toppers, the wool for the toppers. There's Weeks Dye Works and other flosses, the fabric they used. It's all in there with a, looks like a thread holder in there. She's got it all on the thread holder. So super cute, very happy with the first one I received. There's only, I believe, 3 berries for the entire year, if I remember correctly. So that was one of 3. So I don't know if they're sending them out every 4 months or how they're doing that, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting it. I haven't showed you guys this yet. Hold on, I gotta show you something. My orchid is about to bloom again. Now, I've never had an orchid bloom once it stopped blooming. This is the first one. And this is my baby. And as you can see, she's got multiple blooms here getting ready to burst open. And she is just whoops, sorry, sweetie. She is just so pretty. She is sitting in this pot. I got her last year. She still has water. And I love how they have the watering system set up for her. And I think that has a lot to do with her survival. Because she is wicked. She is a pot in a pot, and she has a wick running, and her roots also run down to touch the water to drink. So I am not, as long as you keep the bottom to the right level of water, then you never have to worry about underwatering, overwatering, whatever. My husband got this from Kroger, one of the big Kroger we have here in town, and this is her second time blooming, and well, second time with me. The first time she already came with blooms. This is her second one. So I'm really excited about her. Put her back over here. She sits at my window, and my window gets morning sun. And her and my African violet absolutely love sitting on the corner of my desk at the window, getting that morning light coming up over. And they both have just burst with blooms. My African violet last time had so many blooms on. I wish I'd shown it when she had it, but I didn't. But this year when she gets them, I'll show it. I have to repot her in a month or so. It's as soon as it warms up enough for me to do that. The last thing I wanted to share with you was some of my patterns out of my stash, out of my collection. So I pulled out Easter and Spring, my 2 folders, Easter and Spring. So I want to share with you what I have, and if I have any plans with any of them. So the first one is Easter Parade. Who doesn't love Easter Parade? And I think what I love most of all on this is the basket. I really would love to stitch the basket. I love the bunny too. I would like to stitch him, but if I'm going to pick one to stitch, it's going to be that basket. Because I think that basket is absolutely adorable. So that's Easter Spring. The next one, and Easter Spring is from Blackbird Designs. I'm sure everybody knew that. This one is Spring Fling. This is from With Thy Needle, Brenda Gervais. And it is the, let me see, there we go. It is the bunny. Is that bunny not absolutely adorable? I love him. As soon as I saw him, I had to have him. And I bought the cat too, the black cat, and I can't remember, it's Going Batty or something. But these are absolutely adorable. I have my floss all in there, ready to go. I did have some fabric in there, but I think I pulled it out. So I'll have to get some more and put it back in there and work on that bunny at some point. I have hands-on design, and I think I got this on one of the unloads. Hop on in, and it's not that big. I probably could whip that out before Easter hits, and I may do that. I may leave that out. We'll leave that one out and see. This is another one I may leave out. This is the Cricket Collection, half a dozen, and it's all little Easter eggs. And these are so cute. Look at the bunny on the bottom right here. He is so adorable. So I absolutely love these. And I would love to be able to do, sorry, my phone just lit up and I'm like, please don't let that be a call in the middle of my video. So I'd love to do some of these, and I think the size of these are not that big. So they are 33, the biggest one is 37 by 42. Not a lot of stitching. So I probably could get one of those done, or 2 of those done. It would have to be the bunny. Probably the bunny and then the Easter basket, which is right there. Love that one too. So I may leave that out and look at that. Another one with eggs is the Prairie Schoolers, just hatched. It has 4 different eggs. Also love that one. The bunny one is my favorite. And it is one of the cardstock copies. I think almost all of my copies are cardstock copies. I have maybe 1 or 2 of the cellophane ones. And the last thing in my Easter folder is, this one's called Harried Hair, and it is Sam Sarah Designs. And again, this is not that big. This is, where does she put the stitching? 59 by 150. So 59 by 150, not that big, but oh so cute. She has some adorable ones with the bunny. I think there's one with the squirrel too that I need to hunt down. And I can't remember what it's called, but the squirrel is riding something on the same kind of thing with wheels. But absolutely adorable. And then my spring patterns, and I'll move this a little. I have, this is my only punch needle that is in my spring folder, and this one's Little House Needleworks Bee Garden. You might have recognized this if you follow Vonna Pfeiffer, because this is the one that she was teaching her class, her punch needle class in, which I really need to go back and watch over again so that I can pick up some tips and hints before I finish up my bunny, which I haven't touched since the last video. I have Plum Street Samplers Spring Rolls with the little wiener dogs. I've talked about the fact that I own a little wiener dog, and I picked these up because I thought eventually if I stitch them, my husband would be thrilled to pieces to see the little wiener dogs on a stitch piece, but I haven't done one yet. I really need to. This one is a rather small one. It is 63 by 154, so I probably could get that done at a decent time. The next one is Lila's Studio, or Lila's Studio. It is called Seasons Spring. And again, just a cute little pillow design. It is 104 by 69 stitches, not that big. Silver Creek Samplers, and this one is called Eye on the Sparrow. And I love this one. It says, "Do not worry. Birds do not sow or reap, yet the Lord God feeds them." And it is such a cute, I love that up on the top there, how they did the letters in reverse. Is it called reverse or in negative? It's a negative. And just so, so cute. I have way too many patterns and not enough time. The next one is also a Sam Sarah, and this is a 3-part series. And I'm going to show you the 3rd part because it shows the whole pattern. It's called Happy Life. And you see the buttons are in there. And it is so adorable. I've had this kitted up before, and then I unkitted it, and I really feel like I need to kit it again. It says, "On the off chance you won't live forever, you may as well be happy now." And isn't that the truth? Live for today. Be happy now, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. The next one is an American School of Needleworks book. This is an old pattern. It says I got it for 99 cents. It is from, there's no date. Nope, I don't see one. But it's got to be from the 90s. And it's Berries, Berries, Berries. And I have that because I really wanted to do some of the berry designs for my kitchen. Of course, I haven't done that, but there's the book, there's the back. And it sits in here. I might get the urge to do that someday. The next pattern is by Becky Booz. Her patterns are usually very hard to find, the older patterns. This one's called Queen Bee. And there she is. And I'm sure I picked this up on eBay or something, but absolutely love her. I've wanted to start her for a long time and have not. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I can't give you an answer. I have lots. I seem to start all the big projects. I don't know why. I don't have a lot of little projects going. Everything that I chose or that's in a whip right now, most of them are very large projects. So I don't know why that is, but it is. This is a magazine, and I put this in here because the picture is on the cover that I want to do. This is from May, June 1987, and the pattern is called, I can't remember what it's called. And this book also has part of the Amid Amish Life in it, which I already have stitched. Okay, where is the pattern? Nothing's ever right in your hands when you need it. That's strange. Why can't I find it? Don't tell me I got a magazine that's not in there. That would not be, oh, there it is. It's called Gathering Honey. I got nervous there for a minute. I'm like, I hope that pattern's in there. I bought that magazine. There it is. Gathering Honey. It is absolutely gorgeous. And it has a companion piece that has roses. That's a rose garden. And I would love to be able to find that one as well. I haven't been able to get it yet. But both of them would really be beautiful side by side on the wall. This one is from the Cricket collection. It is called Free Range. I'm sure you've seen this one many times. I have stitched the little carrot here, and I'll show you that in a minute because I have it sitting on the desk here, but I have not done the fresh eggs, which I really would like to do and hang in my kitchen. So here is my version of, what was the pattern called? It's called Bee's Garden. And there it is right there. Oh, it's blown out. There we go. So there's my copy, and it's been hanging for quite a while, so the fabric's kind of sagging. I'm going to have to open this back up and tighten it back up again. But just a beautiful piece, love it. It hangs on my wall in my craft room here. And during the spring and summer, like now, it's going to go out into the living room. So that's that one. And then the next one is a Prairie Schooler. This is number 193, Where There Are Bees. Cute, cute designs. These little ones would be cute little pillows. The next one is also a Prairie Schooler. It's called Village Green. This one was very hard to get before they did the reprint. And my favorite, of course, is this, the Amish. I love that Amish design. I also love this one here with the vines. I think the vines are very pretty. Another Prairie Schooler, and this is my last one. This is Spring Has Come, and this is another one with the bunnies and the Easter. And I really would like to do this one as a flat fold, like I did my Halloween one. And I wouldn't mind stitching this one as well, but this will probably be my first stitch, is this one here. So those are the patterns that I have in my Easter and spring folders. And like I said, I think I'm going to leave out the two that I pulled out and see if I can kit up either my hop-on in or some of the Easter egg patterns and maybe get some of those done before Easter hits. Okay, I think that's all I have for today. Oh, you know what I wanted to show you also? Nope, I take that back. Sorry. I was at work the other day and I saw this little box and it was just sitting with one of the associates and I asked them about it. It's like, whose little box is that? And they told me, well, it came out of the claw machine and it had a gift card in it and they didn't want the box. So they just left it. I'm like, I want the box. In fact, I want more of these boxes. If somebody leaves them, please let me know. But this is it. It's a little treasure chest and it is the cutest thing. And it has this pattern across it that's almost leather-like, but I'm sure that's not leather, but it feels very smooth. It's got a beautiful pattern on it, and it has a little latch, and it opens. And wouldn't that be cute to make a little pin cushion in, or to store your needle minders, your little trinkets, or just display it with some of your stitching. Absolutely adorable. So I was so thrilled to get that free, just free. I think that's it now. I am sure that's it. We're 50 minutes in. I thought it would be 30, 35, but apparently I got a little carried away. So I don't know when the next time I'll see you. Hopefully in 2 weeks. We'll try to do this again, show you what I'm up to. I know I'll be working on, in March, I'll be working on my Little House Needleworks, Little House Neighborhood. That's going to be one of my focus pieces. And the second one is, I had put down my spring band sampler, but I had screwed that up. And I think I'm going to change that to something else. So I'm not sure yet. I had a thought in my head what I was going to change it to, but Lord knows I can't remember it now. So I will figure it out. I'm also doing Stocking Sundays still. I'm doing Lady of the Flag on March 11th. I'm doing Christmas Garden on the 25th. And in fact, I'm going to be working on Christmas Garden tonight, which is the 24th, and then again tomorrow on the 25th. So I want to get some work in on that. Early Americans will be worked at the end of the month. So that is my plan. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you saw something that was of interest. If you have questions about anything that I showed, please leave a comment below. If you're not yet a subscriber, it would be great if you could hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified when my next video will be up. I don't normally have a schedule. I'd like to get on one, but for some strange reason, I just can't seem to get myself together enough to get a schedule going like I had before. So, but I'm working on it. This is 2 weeks in a row now, right? I have done a video, so I keep my fingers crossed I can keep it up. You guys have a blessed day, and again, please pray for the people in Ukraine. Pray that the Lord will watch over them, and you guys have a great day. Thank you. Bye.